the summer of 2017, 24-year-old Michael and three of his friends went camping deep in the forests of British Columbia, Canada. The first night went smoothly, but on the second night, around 2:30 a.m., Michael woke up to the sound of a strange growling just outside his tent. Grabbing his flashlight, he stepped outside but saw nothing. He called out for his friends, but got no response. The campsite was completely empty. Moments later, about 50 meters into the woods, he heard someone whispering his name. "Michael, Michael, come here." The voice wasn't familiar. Shining his flashlight toward the sound, Michael briefly saw the silhouette of a person dart between the trees. When morning came, his friends were still missing. Their phones, food, and gear were all untouched in their tents, but the three young men were never found. To this day, Michael says he has no idea what really happened that night, and he has never gone camping in the woods again. In 2019, two experienced hikers from Norway decided to take a weekend trek through one of the remote national parks in northern Norway. The trail they chose was isolated, known to be quiet even in summer. They set out early in the morning, planning to hike all day and return to their car before sunset. But as they often did, they lost track of time, distracted by the scenery. The sun began to set, and they were still several miles away from their car. The forest grew darker, and the trail seemed harder to follow. That's when they first heard the footsteps, heavy, deliberate steps coming from somewhere behind them. They stopped and looked around. No one was there. As they started walking again, the footsteps returned. Every time they stopped, so did the steps. What made it worse was that they knew they were alone. This trail wasn't used by anyone else that day, and there were no other cars in the parking lot when they arrived. The deeper they moved into the woods, the more uneasy they felt. Then they noticed something strange, a wooden sign nailed to a tree along the trail. It hadn't been there earlier. Spray painted in black letters, it simply read, "Follow me." At that point, panic set in. They began to walk faster, nearly running. But the footsteps stayed close, never too far behind. The air felt colder and the forest unnaturally quiet. When they finally reached the edge of the forest near the parking lot, one of them glanced back and froze. Standing just off the trail behind the last row of trees was a tall, pale figure, completely still, watching them. By the time they brought help the next morning, the sign was gone. No footprints, no trace of anyone. The two hikers have never returned to that park since. grown since. If you enjoyed these stories, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I share new creepy and true stories every day. Have you ever experienced a paranormal event or something strange? Share your story in the comments. I might feature it in the next video. Thanks for watching, and stay safe out there.